Hi beauties, welcome back to my channel. I hope everybody is having a fabulous Wednesday. And for those of you that are new to my channel, welcome. My name is Tammy. I am a prison wife. My husband Kevin has been incarcerated for over 15 years and he has a 28-year sentence. We are in Washington State, and I started this channel a couple years ago to reach out to other women that related to me on one level or another, whether they're prison wife, prison girlfriend, prison fiance, have a family member that's incarcerated, and then just have questions about the process or, yeah, like really anything. I do talk about, or I have talked about, the last 3 years of this PRP, which is pretty much like a appeal for resentencing for my husband's case, and we're still waiting for a decision, so I don't have any news on that. But I just wanted to come on and do a separate video that I haven't really done in a while, one that is prison related, but it's not related to our situation. I know that there are a lot of MWI, met while incarcerated, couples. And this is something that I've actually struggled with in the last year, so I thought it might help anybody else that's watching. And that is defining or setting boundaries for your relationship, when it comes to, are you enabling him or her, or are you helping him or her? Because there is like a fine line between those two things, and it's definitely something that you need to figure out where you're at on that and figure out like a healthy balance. In some instances, I guess, would be like sending them money. Are you sending them like $1,000 a month? Are you sending them $500 a month? Are you sending them like $20 a month? My husband never asked me for money. He does get help from his parents, with quarterly packages and that sort of thing. So we're lucky as far as the help that we've been able to receive from his family. But I have heard, or I know some people that, I've heard they've put on like 500. I heard one person put like $1,000 on their books a month, and their justification for that was that they didn't have family to help them out, and they were their only means of support. And in that situation, that's definitely, I think, crossing that line, like way crossing that line. I think that when they're incarcerated, it does help them to have that additional help so they can get things from commissary that they need. They're a little bit comfortable in there. But there's no reason that they would need like even like $500 a month. I don't think they even need that much a month, honestly. My husband every once in a while asks if I put $10 on his books, because they don't take anything if you send $10 or less. And that just gives him, his necessities. Like if he needs toothpaste or a few items or something, that like helps him out with that. If you're somebody that's putting that much on their books and you're someone that hasn't met them, or like you don't talk to them that often, or you don't see them that often, like I would definitely sit and think about that, especially if you have kids and you have other priorities. Yeah, I think that's a little bit too much. I think it's great to be able to help them when they need it. Like my husband has had the same shoes for like 2 years, and he's been complaining about how he needs new shoes, but yet he doesn't want me to buy new shoes because he doesn't want any of that money to go to DOC because he knows they're going to take it. So he's willing to go, until he gets resentenced, he's willing to go without like having nice shoes, and yeah, like he's okay with that. I think a lot of guys get spoiled in there, whether they have multiple pen pals or they've been using pen pals or wherever they're getting like their financial assistance. I think they get spoiled. Like, I've seen guys that have like written lists for their significant others, and it's not like, I need deodorant, I need toothpaste. It's like extravagant like requests on there, and I just don't like, I would shut that down immediately. And this probably goes along with, I did a video a long time ago on like red flags, like what red flags to watch out for, in MWI relationships. And I think that absolutely goes along with that, like through and through. I think that having a husband that's incarcerated, it, like for me, I feel like it's my job to help him, to be there for him emotionally. Um, if, where was I going to go with this? It's my job to help him as far as like helping ourselves get into a better place when he's out. So that's why I, added him to my credit card, so it'll help his credit score. That's why when I can, like I'll put $10 here and there. I'll send him money for a weight card because it's like a quarterly thing, and it's not that much money. Most of our money that we spent was when I would go to visit him, and it would be like on food in the vending machines and that sort of thing, and gas to like get to visit, and that's where most of our money went. And then obviously phone calls. I don't think there's anything wrong with putting money on the phone. If you absolutely trust that person, you can put that money on their pen, so that way they can call their family every once in a while, or any friends that they have. But I know some women also are definitely against that, and whatever money goes on the phone, they want it to go directly to them. Like they want only that money to like be spent on their phone calls. I did that at first. I want to say it was like the first year, maybe first 9 months or so. I would only put money on my phone number. So it was like the prepaid account. So he could only call me. And then about like, I think after we got married, and it was like maybe a year in or so, I decided I knew I trusted him 100%. So instead of just putting money on the prepaid account, I started putting it on his pen. And I honestly like never noticed a difference. Like we still got the same amount of phone calls. Once a week he would call his mom. Once a week he would call his dad. Every once in a while he would call like he's got probably about 3 or 4 really good friends, and he would call them occasionally, like every once in a while. But it wasn't ever anything that like took away from our phone calls. I never went broke on phone money or anything like that. So there are some things, I feel like not every guy that's incarcerated or every woman that's incarcerated, but there are people out there that can take advantage of your kindness. And I feel that it's super important at the beginning of a relationship to lay down those rules, lay down those boundaries in the beginning. Say, I'm only going to spend this much on phone. We got a budget, we got to figure it out. I'm only going to spend this much on books. I'm sorry, I can't put more on there, but this should be able to help you out. And honestly, like they all have hustles in there, so they're going to figure it out one way or another. Like just because you don't put $500 a month on his books, he's not going to like die. I promise you. He's not going to go hungry because they feed him 3 meals a day. He's not going to he's not going to not have a place to stay. Like he's in prison. You know what I mean? Like they feed him 3 meals, they house them, they provide a lot of stuff for them. In Washington, they have TVs in their cells. Some prisons, like they have to pay rent on those TVs if they don't have their own television. Like I think Kevin's is like $5 a month or something like that. It's not even that bad. But I'm just saying, you guys need to take care of you before all else. You should be your priority. Your kids, if you have kids. He's obviously a priority, but when it comes to financial stuff, definitely budget. Definitely look at what his wants are versus his needs. And, if you could help him out with his needs, then that's absolutely fabulous. But I wouldn't like break your back and empty your bank account just because he wants all these extracurricular things. Like I said, they all have hustles in there. They all come up with ways to make money. And don't let him make you feel bad about it either. Yeah, don't do that because that's not good. I don't know where I was really going with this video. I guess I just wanted to talk about a random topic that we might deal with loved ones incarcerated. Once again, I cannot stress it enough. Like, don't go broke because he's trying to make you feel guilty about not sending him money for this, that, and the other. Let him know what you can do and what you can't do, and that way you guys are on the same page. And that'll help you guys out a lot in your time, whether it's a short bid or whether it's a long bid. it'll definitely help you out. So I'm going to end this video right now. If you guys have any questions, go ahead and post it in the description box below. Other than that, I will update you guys on Kevin's court hearing once we find out information. It's been 3 weeks. We haven't heard anything yet. We kind of figured it's going to be at least a couple months before we hear anything on that. So yes, no new updates on all of that. I just want to thank you guys for tuning in. If you're new to the channel, hit subscribe and hit like if you like the video. Hit the little bell that'll notify you of any future videos that I put out. And then also, if you guys are not following us or you're not a member on Facebook, our Facebook group, it's called Surviving the Prison Wife Life, which is the same as the YouTube channel name. So it should be pretty easy to locate. But if you have questions about any of that, you guys comment below. Thank you guys for watching, staying subscribed. You guys are awesome. I love you. And I will talk to you all later. Bye, guys.